Hi friends, this is Capun Piso, and I'm going to go behind the scenes on something that happened here, and why all these things happen. I'm going to tell you all about it. And this Islam Psychotic shooter, attempted bomber, to see God, and on September 18th, 2016, Islam Psychotic. I'm going to tell you what happened. And the thing that nobody seems to see, that is the brain of these crazy people that is doing this stuff. Because of the HIV of the brain of God belief. What's new? September 19th, 2016. More examples of the cancer of the brain, the HIV of the brain, religious psychosis. In this case, Islam psychosis. It is all created in the brain, my friends. No other place. There is no ancient aliens, there is no gods, there is none of that. When you believe in God, you are a theotard. Theo means God or imaginary friend, and tard from tardus means delay, regress. So theotard means regress, like in other words, retarded mentally. And you can be very intelligent, but it's a regress because of the God belief, because you believe in imaginary friends. That's what you get in church, mosque, and synagogue when your brain is weak. That's what happens. All of this craziness, insanity, is mental disorder. It's when the brain goes wild, disorganized thoughts. Then you have schizophrenia, temporal lobe epilepsy, you have temporal limbical interference, cognitive dissonance, sensory getting deficits. You have all these problems in the brain. It's like when you have trauma and when you are under drugs. You cannot think correctly, and you see all these imaginary friends, and you see all these visions and these delusions and these illusions and these things, and you're completely going crazy because you have all these problems. And all this craziness, all these bizarre metamagical beliefs, I call it IFO-FIBA, imaginary friend or foe irrational beliefs, acceptance, because when you accept all that, all of this is at the root of all schizophrenias, all religions. And in all religions, fairy tales and delusions, and there are millions, as many as the brain can create, religion is a form of schizophrenia. And schizophrenia and many neurological disorders are caused by the Borna virus in our genome. Our bodies, we have 100 trillion viruses. Viruses, we have bacteria all over the place. Prior to evolution for 3.5 billion years in our system, when they evolve. We're nothing but crazy primates. And the viruses and the microbes and parasites, we have tons of them all over our bodies. They influence our thoughts. They trigger chemical into our thoughts. And then we create a lot of the thinking that is irrational, comes from out of nowhere, and you have no idea why. And you think about it, and it's because of virus and bacteria influencing the thoughts. And one of the bacteria, the parasite that does this, is schistosomes. Just look at it. Just look at it and learn science, and you understand what I'm saying is a fact. It's not bullshit. It's down to earth fact. It's a fact as saying 2 + 2 = 4. It's as factual as the sun shines, the sky is blue, and water is wet. The same thing. That's reality. That's the brain creates the mind. And this is something that is fought. Religious psychotics have been fighting science and reality for millennia. They're sick people. The HIV of the brain. They're sick people with this cancer. And people don't see it. And that's the reason you have to take these people, you have to close churches, close synagogues, mosques, anybody that infects the brain of children. These institutions should be shut down. Noah's Ark Museum, the creation in museums, all these lunatics, these people should be put in mental institutions, all the churches shut down. Any university that is like Brigham Young University and all that have their basis on these fairy tales and these irrational fantasies where the cause of all the problems in the world today should be shut down. You're not going to teach that 2 + 2 equals any number you say it is. You're going to teach that 2 + 2 equals 4. Not the number you defective, theotarded, imbecilic, moronic, deluded, sick brain says it is. See, this is the thing. Religious believe that the mind and the brain are separate. No, they are not. The brain creates thought, creates the mind. And this is proven in a neurology lab. It's proven in a neurology lab. Religion is a mental illness, it's a disease, a cancer of the brain, and it's extremely dangerous. And this is exactly what happens with the shootings and these people that try to kill themselves for their gods. I mean, the Christians should do the same. Why don't they go, if you believe in eternal life, it's very simple. Go to the Grand Canyon. If you're a Christian and you believe in all this, hundreds and hundreds, thousands of denominations of this very, very disgusting, immoral, racist, homophobes, deluded, schizophrenic imbeciles that believe in a zombie that resurrects and say with blood, name Jesus Christ. That is the psychosis. They should go to the Grand Canyon and stand on the ledge with devotion and say, in Jesus' name we jump. And go to your life after death. Islam psychotics do it. Islam psychotics they do it. They are true believers because they put all these explosives and they want to enjoy the life after death. They do believe in life after death. That's the reason they kill themselves. And the Christians, some Christians did too, like Doe, Heaven's Gate, Jim Jones, Andrea Yates, that drowned her 5 children to be in heaven. Like the stupid woman didn't kill herself, she should have. But this is what happens. All this Christianity is a disgusting, immoral, it's a mental illness, a disease. I love the infected. I love people that are sick, but I hate their sickness. And the worst sickness that you can have is that of the brain. HIV of the brain. That is the problem, my friends. And that's reality. This is called pulpizo.
Especially with the fact that we've got shrapnel, BBs, ball bearings in the pressure cookers. And the pressure cookers are significant in the fact
no brains.
They're designed to hold as much pressure as long as they can.
The bomber
basically gives you
realize the science of putting explosives on the thing.
So just a few blocks away from that bombed out dumpster we were just showing you.
The bomber, the Islam psychotic was stupid.
Device still intact, unexploded, and you see layperson wouldn't see. We're also hearing that it's perhaps a fingerprint and maybe a cell phone component to.
And you see, all these explosives are due to what? To science, to atheists, mentally healthy. In other words, atheists, thinkers, that for millennia gather the information. That's the reason we have the internet today, we have iPhones, we have all kind of things like that. And the Islam psychotics and religious people benefit from the science produced by atheists over millennia of gathering information. You didn't get these bombs and airplanes and transportation and computers and iPhones by praying to imaginary friends. You didn't. See, so they benefit from technology created by atheists, mentally healthy. For us, thinkers that reject the psychosis, the cancer of the brain, the schizophrenia of belief in imaginary friends, which is God, angels, sin, demons, Satan, ghosts, ancient aliens, spirits, curses. You see that? That's the psychosis. We are nothing but evolved, mutated primates. We're the crazy apes. We're the freaks of nature. We're apes. We're animals. This is the problem with the infected brain. Since 40 million years ago, over 40 million years ago, there's a mutation, and then all of a sudden here we are. And I believe it's the coronavirus is the one that caused the trigger of the evolution of the brain, of the ape brain, the primate brain, perhaps lemurs. They trigger it. And here we are, crazy, freaks of nature, primates. And the thing is that we are related to all life forms on the planet via DNA. And how we were created? Simple, by a spit of semen, DNA, from our father's penis. We didn't come to existence by sapping from a god, by sapping into existence by Jesus or by gods or by Allah or by anybody. No. From the clouds, no. Our brains have the result, like all animals, of a spit, of an ejection of semen, spermatozoa, semen, swimmers, 300 millions of them, from a penis, from a cock, into a cave of creation. All animals have this cave of creation, which is the womb. And that's what the eggs are. And that's what gets fertilized. That's what triggers series of mutations thanks to the Hox gene, that is a toolkit that makes everything mutate and divide by all these instructions, forming an entity, forming a being, an animal. And we are animals, related to every form of life on the planet. That's science. And science is gathered when you don't have the brain disease of God belief, imaginary friends. When you don't have I foe fever, imaginary friend or foe, irrational belief, acceptance, at the core of all religions' beliefs. That includes ancient alien belief, by the way, and schizophrenias, temporal lobe epilepsy, all creations of the brain. A sick brain produces sick beliefs. And the irrational belief of gods and angels and demons and crap like that. Faith is pretending to know things that we don't know, thanks to the virus of the brain, which is God belief, born a virus in our genome. That's a fact.
This is down-to-earth science. Born a virus causes schizophrenia. I call it the HIV of the neural array. Christ psychosis, religious psychosis. This is a fact. Check it out. Learn science. All this is fact.
Do you know how you get rid of this true believer person? His brain is great in thinking, and he does believe in life after death. Christians are hypocrites. Psychotics are hypocrites. They don't have the guts. Well, the vast majority are hypocrites. Because they don't really truly believe that they're going to, so they're afraid of death. They don't rejoice when somebody dies. Well, actually, when their family members die, they don't rejoice. They are sorry and praying and all that and crying. No. If your family member die, it means that they are in heaven with some big Jesus. So you should kill yourself and join them. Christians should do that. But these guys, unlike the psychotics, they do believe in life after death. So they hate the Crusader because they remember the Crusades of 1095 to 1250, slaughtering and killing and catapulting heads and a lot of the Christians for 250 years. That's what the Crusaders used to do in Mighty Land. Nati land, the land of the crazy, Jerusalem and all these places. They still do it. They're still killing each other, but for their imaginary friends. But this guy, you know, is a true Islam psychotic. He truly believes, because he's trying to kill himself. Like all of them, they do, as long as they kill because they're going to have all the rewards in life after death. They do believe in life after death, and so he wants to kill himself. But in this case, he got nabbed before he could do that, which is great. No, they're going to put him in jail. The Christians are going to do this crap and all that stuff. No. The best way to do this is you take this guy and publicly execute him. Publicly. And do all these prayers, these Islamic prayers, by an imam. An atheist imam, a mentally healthy man that actually, you know, dresses like that and speaks there, and then he does all this performing, all this miracles, and then pour pig's blood over his head, and then cut his head off, put it on a pike, like in ancient Roman times. It works beautifully, and then put it in New York, where right there by the the courthouse in New York. Put him there so everybody can see it and they can experience his life after death. Leave it there for like about 2 weeks. And you'll see rotting away and all that stuff. Just leave it so everybody can see it. And you can put underneath. This is what happens to anybody that harms any American. This is the life after death they've got. He won't be getting life after death because he's being condemned with all these prayers and with this pig, with the pig's blood dripping all over his head. No longer be able to get the virgins and the beautiful things in paradise. He'll be condemned for eternal damnation by their own God. So that's what you do. This is what you do to these Islam psychotics. Now they're going to put him in jail, they're going to try him, and they're going to spend all the money in a trial, and it's dumb, it's stupid. And these terrorist acts, which is religious expressions of Islam psychosis, will continue to. If you have to fight a psychosis with a psychosis. That's the way you get rid of these imbeciles. Nobody will kill themselves because the Americans will grab their remains, dip them in pig's blood, say all the prayers so they cannot get the paradise. That's the way you do it with these imbeciles. Cut their heads off. That's what you do, and put pig's blood on it. That's what you do to these imbeciles. Scrub it like that and prayer and all that. So I'm publicly televise it. Everybody, like the Islam psychotics televise when they cut the heads of the Americans and people like that over there, the ISIS doing all that stuff. You do this to this imbecile. And anybody that tries to kill us Americans, that's the way you treat them. But you have a Christianity-infected Congress, Christianity-infected imbeciles are stuck in the Middle Ages, idiots, imbeciles had no idea they have a brain, or what a brain is for, and they have no idea that the brain creates this cancer of gods and resurrecting zombies with blood and demons and angels and sin and all that crap. So that's what you do. If you want to get rid of this illness, this psychosis of Islam psychosis that harms people, this terrorists, they call it radicalized. No, they're sick with religious psychosis, the virus, the HIV of the brain. No virgins, no nice little tits, all this paradise, all the houris coming around, serving you all these awesome things in paradise. None of that for you. They had to remind him of that. No more, you. The Christians got you. They want you. And now you're going to be on trial. You're going to be in prison forever. And no virgins. They're going to probably share you beer. See? He's just getting hell in New York, in the prison. Hell on earth. Yeah, keep him alive so they can... And televise his life with the virgins in prison. With dicks. You're going to have a really great time. They should rub it in all the time. In Arabic.
Let's cut the heads off of this psychopath. Display them in pikes as it is to do in Rome. No more suicide bombers.